Dear soul, take a deep breath and feel the soft energy that begins to envelop you at this very moment. The angels approach with tenderness, bringing news that may warm your heart and illuminate your path in an unexpected way. They guide me to share something very particular with you, an event that occurred in the silence of last night, while the world rested, but that reverberated with a force capable of changing destinies. This person who occupies a special space in your thoughts, this soul whose energy in some way remains intertwined with yours, had a deep encounter with you in the dream plane. It was not a common dream, those fragmented ones that dissipate with the morning light. No, the angels describe something vivid, charged with emotion and meaning, a dream experience so powerful that it transcended the barrier of sleep and penetrated the waking consciousness. This dream was not a mere coincidence, a random piece of the subconscious mind. It was a spiritual visit, a direct channel through which important messages were transmitted. Deep feelings were felt without the barriers that waking life often imposes. The angels show that this person was immersed in a reality where the connection between you was palpable, real, undeniable. She felt your presence, heard your voice, perhaps relived moments or explored scenarios that only exist in the field of heart possibilities. The intensity was so great that upon waking, something fundamental had changed within her. That fog of uncertainty, that weight of indecision or fear that perhaps was paralyzing her, began to dissipate like mist under the morning sun. The dream left an indelible mark, a sudden clarity, an impulse that she hadn't felt in a long time, or perhaps had never felt with such force. The angels want you to understand. What happened that night was not just about her dreaming of you. It was about the universe, through the subtle threads of dreams, delivering a key that unlocked something important within her heart, something that was latent, waiting for the right moment to emerge. And that moment, dear soul, arrived with the dawn. The experience was so deep, so transformative, that the first light of day did not only bring physical awakening, but an awakening of consciousness. She woke up different, not just rested, but resolute, with a decision formed, clear and firm, pulsing in her being. A decision that, according to the angels, has the potential to change everything. Can you feel the magnitude of this? We're not talking about a fleeting thought, a transient will. We're talking about a resolution that was born from a deep place, nurtured by the pure energy of the encounter of souls that occurred in the dream. The angels are celebrating this clarity, for they know how much this person may have been struggling against her own feelings, trapped in old patterns or afraid to take a step forward. The dream served as a divine catalyst, a gentle but powerful nudge from the universe saying, "It's time. The truth of your heart can no longer be ignored." This message reaches you now because your energy is connected to this event. You are an essential part of this cosmic equation. What she felt, the decision she made in some way, also belongs to you, resonates in your energy field. The angels ask that you open your heart to receive this information, not with anxiety, but with the serenity of those who know that everything happens at the right time and in the most perfect way for the evolution of all involved. What I'm about to reveal to you next may change the way you see this connection and the future that unfolds ahead. There is something very important that you need to know about the nature of this decision and the impact it will have. Before we continue with the message, write this mantra in the comments. I open myself to receive the transformations that the universe holds for me with love and trust. Now, moving on with the message. The angels want to prepare you as the energy set in motion by this decision is powerful and is already beginning to create waves that will reach your life. Be attentive to signs, feelings, your intuition. It will guide you through what is to come. Last night was not just another night. It was the prelude to a new time for this connection. And the decision made at dawn is the first step in this new direction. A direction that promises clarity, truth, and who knows, the fulfillment of what your heart yearns for. But that's not all. Something even deeper is happening beneath the surface that the angels want to illuminate for you. Let's delve now, with the angels' permission, into the essence of this dream that marked this person's soul. It wasn't about confusing or meaningless images. The angels describe scenes of an impressive clarity, tinged with an emotion that she may not have even known she held with such intensity. In this dream, she not only saw you, but felt you. Felt the peace that your presence radiates, the understanding that your gaze transmits, the genuine joy that perhaps they shared at some point. It was as if the barriers of time and space had disappeared, allowing a pure reunion, free from the complications of the material world. The angels show that in the dream scenario, you may have talked, not necessarily with words, but through that deep communication that only connected souls understand. Perhaps she felt a forgiveness being offered or received, an unconditional acceptance, a feeling of home that she hadn't experienced in a long time. The images may have varied, perhaps a familiar place, a specific moment from the past revisited under a new light, or even a glimpse of a possible future where harmony between you was the dominant note. According to the angels, the important thing is not the exact details of the scenario, but the overwhelming emotion that permeated the entire experience. It was an emotion of belonging, recognition, of a truth that the conscious mind may have been blocking. She felt deep within herself that something essential was missing in her waking life, and that something had your form, your energy, your essence. This realization, experienced with such force in the dream, was like a balm and at the same time a shock of reality. A balm because it brought an indescribable relief, a feeling of reunion with a lost part of herself. A shock because, feeling it so vividly, the waking reality, with its distances and complications, seemed even more dissonant, almost unbearable in comparison. The angels explain that dreams like these are portals. They allow our soul to experience truths that the logical mind, with its fears and conditioning, often rejects. In this state of vulnerability and dreamlike openness, this person was able to access the purest truth of her heart about you and about the connection they share. She felt the longing not as a weakness, but as a compass pointing to where her true happiness resides. She felt regret, perhaps, not as paralyzing guilt, but as a call to action, to course correction. She felt love, not as a distant fantasy, but as a real force, present, waiting to be lived. And this combination of feelings, experienced in such a concentrated and unfiltered way, was what prepared the ground for the decision that would come with the dawn. The dream worked as a mirror of the soul, reflecting for her what she may have been afraid to face head-on. It showed the beauty and preciousness of your connection, free from the imperfections and misunderstandings that may have occurred in real life. It was a powerful reminder of the potential that exists between you, of what you could build together if the barriers were removed. Have you noticed that certain coincidences in your life aren't just mere coincidences? That certain dreams seem more real than reality itself? The universe has its mysterious and beautiful ways of guiding us, and dreams are one of the most powerful tools for this. The angels want you to honor this event even if you don't know all the details. Know that while you were sleeping, something sacred was happening, an energetic bridge was being strengthened, and the soul of that person was being touched in a deep and transformative way, all because of your energy, your light. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 333 to call for the presence and clear communication of your angels and spiritual guides. This number is a sign of divine support and encouragement. And if you feel that this message is touching your heart in a special way, consider supporting our work through the Valeu de Mai button. Your contribution, no matter how small, helps us immensely to continue bringing these words of light and hope to more souls who need it. It's a gesture of love that returns multiplied in blessings for you. Now, continuing the message. The intensity of this dream was such that the transition to the waking state didn't erase its impressions. On the contrary, they intensified. The feeling of clarity, the pulsating emotion, the revealed truth, all of this remained with her when she opened her eyes. And it was in this state of pure connection with the inner truth that the decision was born. A decision that didn't come from the rational mind, but directly from the soul. And it's about this decision that we will speak next, as it is the turning point that the angels celebrate so much. Prepare your heart, for what was decided has the power to rekindle flames and open doors that perhaps you believed were closed forever. The moment of awakening was crucial. Imagine, dear soul, the feeling, coming out of such a vivid, emotionally charged dream, where the connection with you was the most palpable reality and opening your eyes to the physical world. The angels described that there was no morning confusion, no slow adaptation to reality. On the contrary, the clarity of the dream persisted, as if the dream experience had left a luminous residue in her consciousness. The emotion, whether it was joy at the reunion, melancholy at the distance in real life, or a complex mix of feelings, remained vibrating intensely. She didn't wake up from the dream, but woke up with the dream still beating inside her. It was in this altered state of perception, in this threshold between the dream world and wakefulness, that the mind and heart aligned in a way rarely experienced. The doubts that had previously haunted her seemed small, almost insignificant, in the face of the magnitude of what she felt during the night. The fears that had paralyzed her lost their strength. The truth that the dream revealed was so powerful, so undeniable, that there was simply no more room for hesitation. The angels show that she may have remained silent for a few moments, still feeling the echo of the dream, letting the message settle. It wasn't a rational analysis process weighing pros and cons. It was an instant recognition, a silent epiphany. The soul simply knew what needed to be done. The decision wasn't thought, it was felt. It emerged from a place of deep inner wisdom, a place that could only be accessed thanks to the opening provided by the dream. It was as if the universe had whispered the answer directly into her heart, and upon waking, she simply recognized and accepted this truth. Therefore, the decision doesn't carry the weight of doubt or obligation. It carries the lightness of certainty, the strength of authenticity. It's a decision that stemmed from the purest essence of her being, directly connected to her core. The angels celebrate this because it represents a profound alignment, a step towards her personal truth, and that truth significantly includes you. The exact details of what was dreamt may have nuances, perhaps a silent apology, a healing embrace. For old wounds, a mutual recognition glance, or simply the overwhelming feeling that you both belong to each other in some way. Whatever the specific content, the result was the same. An unwavering clarity about the next step to be taken regarding you. This clarity is a divine gift. How many times do we find ourselves lost in mental labyrinths, unable to make an important decision? This person received a shortcut, a direct vision granted by the angels through the portal of dreams, and she didn't waste this gift. Upon waking, she didn't allow the rational mind to regain control and sow new doubts. She held on to that felt certainty, that revealed truth. Before continuing the message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take advantage and subscribe. Clicking the subscription button is a simple gesture, but it allows us to continue bringing messages like this that can touch and transform lives, strengthen our chain of light. Continuing the message. This firmness upon waking is what makes this moment so special and different from other times when she may have thought of you or considered an approach. This time it's not a vague thought, it's a concrete resolution. Born from a transcendental experience, the angels want you to feel the strength of this energy. It's not something fleeting, it's a turning point. The decision made at dawn was not only about what to do, but about who she chooses to be in relation to this connection. It's a choice for truth, for authenticity, for the feeling that the dream so vividly recalled and confirmed. And now, the universe begins to conspire for this decision to materialize in the physical plane. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. This number represents spirituality, intuition, and inner wisdom. Write in the comments, "I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 7 and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love very much." If this message touched your heart, show your support with a thank you very much, and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. Embrace this energy of luck and clarity that the number 7 brings to your day. This person's awakening was, in fact, an awakening to a new phase, And the decision she made is the compass that will guide her next steps towards you. Be prepared, for change is on its way. It's time, dear soul, to unveil the nature of this decision that was born from the dream and blossomed with the morning light. The angels show me that it's not something small or superficial. It's not just the decision to send a casual message or make a hesitant call. The resolution that this person made is much deeper and transformative. She decided in her innermost self to stop fighting against what she feels for you and act according to the truth of her heart. This may seem like a simple sentence, but it carries immense weight. It means abandoning internal resistances, the fears that paralyzed her, the excuses she may have used to justify inertia or distance. It means recognizing, finally, the importance you have in her life and the authenticity of the bond that unites you. The dream was the catalyst that made this truth undeniable. By experiencing the connection with you in such a pure and intense way in the dream plane, she could no longer sustain the barriers she had built in waking life. The decision, then, is to honor this feeling. Honoring means no longer hiding it, no longer minimizing it, no longer trying to replace it. This means allowing that feeling to guide her, to inform her actions and choices moving forward, especially when it comes to you. The angels show that this decision implies a concrete movement. She decided she can no longer live with this pending issue, with this feeling of something unfinished or poorly resolved between you two. Passivity, waiting, uncertainty, all of this has become unsustainable after the clarity brought by the dream. Therefore, the decision includes the firm intention to seek a reapproachment, an honest and open communication. She felt upon waking that she needs to express what's in her heart, perhaps clear up misunderstandings, perhaps ask for forgiveness, perhaps simply tell you how important you are. The exact form of this action may still be defining itself, but the decision to act, to break the silence or the distance in a meaningful way, has already been made. It's a decision of vulnerability, of taking off the masks and showing what she really feels, even running the risk of not being reciprocated in the way she idealizes. The dream gave her a dose of courage that she may have lacked, showing that the truth of the heart is more important than the fear of rejection. The angels emphasize that this decision is not just about trying again in the sense of resuming a relationship in old molds. It's deeper. It's about realigning your connection with the truth that was revealed. It may mean a new beginning. Yes, but a beginning based on greater honesty, clarity, and authenticity from both parties. It may also mean a closure of the cycle made with respect and love, if life has taken you on very different paths. The central point of the decision is no longer ignoring the connection, but addressing it with truth and courage. She decided to stop running away from you, and more importantly, to stop running away from herself and her deepest feelings towards you. Before we continue, the angels ask that you do a liberation exercise that can facilitate this process for both of you. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself and this specific person, that you would like to forgive, not for agreeing with past actions, but to release the stagnant energy of hurt or resentment. Visualize each one of them and yourself. Send love and say mentally or in a low voice, "I forgive you and release you. May peace be with us." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day if necessary, to strengthen your inner peace and release any residual anxiety. Now, continuing the message, this decision to act with truth changes everything because it breaks a pattern of hesitation, fear, perhaps leaving things unsaid. By deciding to break this pattern, this person is opening a new portal of possibilities for your connection. She is saying to the universe, and soon perhaps to you, that she is ready to face this relationship with more maturity and honesty. The angels show that this decision is already vibrating in her energy field, and consequently in yours. You may begin to feel a subtle change, a stronger intuition, a feeling that something is different in the air. Trust these feelings. They are the harbinger of the action that will follow this decision born of a transformative dream. The courage she found in the silence of the night and the clarity of the morning is the fuel for the next move. And that move, dear soul, will be in your direction. You may be wondering, dear soul, Why does this decision made after a dream change everything? People change their minds. Feelings can be fleeting. The angels want you to understand the depth and uniqueness of this moment. The reason why this decision is a turning point lies in its origin and its nature. Firstly, the origin. It was not born out of external pressure, temporary need, or rational calculation. She was born from a direct soul experience, facilitated by the sacred portal of dreams. Dreams of such intensity as the angels described are subtle interventions of the spirit aimed at awakening consciousness to essential truths that have been ignored or suppressed. A decision that stems from such a pure and deep place has a much greater force and resilience than those made solely by the mind or superficial emotion. It's as if her very soul had said enough to inertia and pointed the way. Ignoring such a clear message from the soul becomes almost impossible without generating great internal conflict. Therefore, the likelihood of her sustaining this decision is significantly higher. Secondly, the nature of the decision. As we've seen, it's not just about missing or wanting to see. It's a decision to act authentically and break old patterns. This changes everything because it means that if and when this person approaches, they will do so, or at least try to do so, from a different space. No longer moved only by momentary impulses, wounded pride or loneliness, but rather by a genuine recognition of the value of connection and the courage to be true. This fundamentally alters the dynamic between you. If there were games, hesitations, lack of clarity, or fear of commitment in the past, this decision signals an intention to overcome these barriers. She is deciding to stop hiding from you and from herself. This opens the door to a level of communication and interaction that may never have existed before between you. The possibility of honest dialogue, mutual understanding, healing for old wounds becomes much more real. It also changes everything, because this decision represents a leap of personal growth for her. By choosing to face her feelings and act with courage, she is freeing herself from internal shackles. This individual growth inevitably impacts the way she relates to others, especially to you, who was the catalyst through the dream of this transformation. She may present herself as a more mature, more aware person, more willing to take responsibility for her feelings and actions. This alone already completely changes the scenario of the relationship. Furthermore, the angels show that this decision realigns the energies between you. If before there was a blockage, a stagnation caused by her indecision or fear, the firmness of this new resolution begins to dissolve that stuck energy. It creates a flow, a movement that can unlock situations that seemed hopeless. It's as if a floodgate had been opened, allowing the energy of connection to flow back, even if there hasn't been physical contact yet. You may feel this as an unexpected lightness, an increased synchronicity, or an intuitive feeling that something is moving behind the scenes. The universe responds to clear and authentic decisions. By making this resolution, this person sent a powerful signal, and the cosmic gears began to move to support this new direction. This can manifest in meeting opportunities, in coincidences that facilitate communication, or in an energetic preparation in both of you for the interaction to be as harmonious and productive as possible. This message reached you at the right time, but the energy of her decision also needs time to consolidate into action. However, the fundamental change has already occurred internally. The seed was planted in the fertile soil of the soul, nourished by the pure water of the revealing dream. What remains now is the process of germination and growth, which will lead to the external manifestation of this decision. That's why it changes everything. The intention is clear, the origin is deep, the potential for growth is real, and the universe is responding. The internal game has changed, and this inevitably will change the external game between you. But as with any great change, there may still be internal obstacles that this person will need to navigate. And this is what the angels wish to speak about now. Even with the overwhelming clarity brought by the dream and the firmness of the decision made upon waking, the angels ask that you understand with compassion that the human mind may still present its resistances. The soul of this person may have received the message and made the resolution, but the ego with its fears and old habits may try to whisper doubts along the path between decision and action. It's important to know this, not to diminish the strength of what happened, but to have a realistic and patient perspective. The angels show that despite the inner certainty, old ghosts may arise. The fear of rejection, which we mentioned before, may resurface. She may begin to think, what if she doesn't want to talk to me anymore? What if she's already moved on? What if I say the wrong thing? The fear of being vulnerable, of exposing oneself and not being understood, is a deep human fear and may try to sabotage the newly discovered courage. There may also be fear of the unknown. Acting according to this new truth means stepping out of the comfort zone, even if that zone was uncomfortable. It means starting a new type of interaction with you, whose results are unpredictable. The human mind tends to prefer the bad known to the good unknown, and this person may feel a chill in the stomach when contemplating the next steps. Pride, although weakened by the dream experience, may try to give its last gasps. Thoughts like, but I was the one who walked away, or she should come to me, may arise, trying to justify inaction. However, the angels assure that the strength of the decision made from the soul is much greater than these ego resistances. The dream was so impactful, the clarity so undeniable, that these fears and doubts no longer have the same paralyzing power they perhaps had before. They may arise, yes, they may cause some momentary hesitation, but the internal direction has already been set. It's like a ship that has already set sail from the port towards a clear destination. There may be waves and contrary winds, but the helm is firm and the compass points to the right place. The angels are actively working to support this person in overcoming these internal resistances. They are sending waves of courage, clarity, and confidence. They are placing signs on her path that reinforce the decision made, that remind her of the truth felt in the dream. They are softening the fears, enveloping her in protective energy so that she feels safe to take the next step. They want you to know this so that you can maintain your faith and your inner peace. Do not interpret a possible delay in action as a change in decision. It's just the human process of integrating a big internal change and gathering the final courage to manifest it externally. Your energy is also fundamental in this process. By keeping your vibration high, focused on trust, love, and acceptance, both for yourself and for her, you create an energetic field that subtly also supports her. Your inner peace may help calm her fears. Your confidence in the process may strengthen hers. Remember, you are energetically connected. Before continuing the message, share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Let's together build a chain of love and mutual support. Leave a comment with a simple prayer for your guardian angel, asking for strength and clarity for you and for this person at this moment of transformation. Now continuing the message, the angels ask for patience and compassion, both for her and for yourself. Great transformations take time to unfold completely. The decision was the ignition point, the divine spark. Now the flame needs to be nurtured, to grow and light the way. Trust that the seed planted by the dream is strong and that the angels are taking care of it. The hesitation that may arise is merely the shadow of the old pattern trying to resist the light of the new. Yet, dear soul, light is always stronger. The decision made is a lighthouse that will guide this person through any fog of doubt that may arise. And the ultimate destination of this lighthouse is shared truth with you. In the face of all this, dear soul, what is your role? How can you prepare for this change that the angels announce? They offer precious guidance, so you can navigate this period with grace, wisdom, and an open heart, regardless of the final outcome. The most important thing, according to the angels, is to focus on your own inner peace and well-being. Her decision and the action that follows are her processes. Your journey is to take care of yourself, strengthen your connection with your own essence and with the divine. The more centered and balanced you are, the better you will be able to receive whatever comes your way. This does not mean indifference, but detachment from the result. Trust that the universe is orchestrating everything for the greater good of all involved, even if the plan does not immediately reveal itself in the form you expect. Practice meditation, spend time in nature, do things that bring you joy and nourish your soul. Your elevated vibration is your greatest protection and your greatest power. The angels also advise you to listen carefully to your intuition. It will be especially keen during this period. Pay attention to your feelings, to subtle signs, to insights that seem to arise out of nowhere. Your inner wisdom will know how to guide you. If you feel a pull to retreat, respect it. If you feel an opening to forgive or release something, follow that call. Your intuition is the voice of the angels speaking directly to your heart. Trust it above any external expectation or internal anxiety. It is also crucial to manage your expectations. Although the message of the angels is of hope and transformation, it is important not to create a rigid script in your mind about how things should happen. Her decision to act with truth is a huge step, but the way it unfolds and the final result depend on many factors, including the free will of both. Be open to different possibilities. Perhaps her approach will bring the reconciliation you desire. Perhaps it will bring a healing conversation that allows for a peaceful closure. Perhaps it will open a completely unexpected new chapter. The beauty is in allowing the universe to surprise you, keeping an open heart, but without clinging to a single outcome. The angels ask you to practice compassion. Remember the possible internal struggles that this person may be facing, as mentioned in the previous block. If she takes longer to act, or if her approach is not perfect, try to look beyond appearances and feel the intention behind it, the courage she had to gather. Compassion for her, and equally important, compassion for yourself, for any feeling that arises in you during this process, hope, fear, joy, doubt. Embrace it all with love. This is also a powerful moment for you to reaffirm your own worth. Regardless of the decision or action of this person, know that your happiness and your value do not depend on her. You are a complete being of light and unconditionally loved by your angels. Use this time to connect with your self-love, to recognize your qualities, your strength, your inner and outer beauty. The more you love and value yourself, the more you will attract relationships of all kinds that reflect that love and value. Finally, the angels invite you to keep the faith. Faith in the divine process, faith in the wisdom of the universe, faith in the strength of true love, and, above all, faith in yourself and in your ability to handle whatever life presents. Faith is not the absence of fear, but the courage to move forward despite fear, trusting that you are being guided and supported every step of the way. Your preparation, therefore, is not about rehearsing answers or planning scenarios. It's about cultivating an inner state of peace, trust, self-love, and openness. It's about becoming the most authentic and centered version of yourself, ready to receive the blessings that the universe has in store for you, whether through this specific connection or in other wonderful ways. You are ready, dear soul. You have all the strength and wisdom you need within you. Trust. We are approaching the climax of this celestial message, dear soul. The energy that was set in motion on that night of revelatory dream and solidified. In the morning, decision is now gaining momentum, building up like a wave about to reach the shore. The angels show that the phase of internal hesitation, although it may still give some signs, is being overcome by the urgency of the soul to act according to the revealed truth. The decision to seek you, to communicate with honesty, is no longer just an idea. It has become an inner necessity for this person. The silence, the distance, the uncertainty, all of this has become too heavy to carry after the lightness and clarity experienced in the dream. She feels, perhaps not yet fully consciously, that inner peace will only be found again when she takes that step, when she tries to re-establish the bridge between you with sincerity. The angels indicate that her action is imminent. The word imminent in divine time does not necessarily mean tomorrow, but indicates that the energetic conditions are ripe, that the last internal obstacles are being removed, and that external movement is very close to happening. It may be a matter of days, or of a perfect moment of synchronicity that the universe is orchestrating. The important thing is the certainty that it will happen. The driving force behind this is too powerful to be contained for much longer. This person is being driven not only by their own rediscovered feelings, but by the very energy of the universe that supports truth, healing, and the alignment of souls. When this approach occurs, the angels ask that you remember all that we have spoken, Remember the sacred origin of this decision, the dream, the intention behind it to act with truth, and the courage it represents for this person. Receive her from your center of inner peace and wisdom that you have been cultivating. There is no need for haste or pressure. Allow the conversation to flow naturally. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. Speak your truth with kindness and firmness, honoring your own feelings and boundaries. Remember that this is a moment of potential healing and transformation for both of you. It may be the beginning of a new chapter, written with more consciousness and love. It may be the opportunity for a respectful closure, releasing both of you to move forward with peace in your heart. Whatever path unfolds, know that it is the right path for the evolution of your souls at this moment. Trust in the process. Trust in your intuition to guide you during the interaction. Trust that you will know what to say and how to act when the time comes. The angels will be by your side, enveloping both of you in light, facilitating clear and loving communication. They celebrate this moment because it represents the victory of the heart's truth over fear and inertia. It represents the courage to follow the guidance of the soul, even when that requires stepping out of the comfort zone. And it represents the transformative power of love and genuine connection, which neither time nor distance can completely erase when they are authentic. Prepare your heart, dear soul, not with anxiety, but with serene expectation. The change that began with a dream is about to knock on your door. Receive it with the grace and strength that reside in you. You are ready. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I trust in the wisdom of dreams and the courage of the heart." Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.